Alrighty, now I'm going to show you if you are in charge of the camera system. So let's go ahead and power everything on the sides. There's a little slide button there on the corner, around here. And then the one for the back of the camera is right there. Go ahead and we'll turn on the monitor. All this will get going here in a second. This is all you have to do for your working cameras. Video mixing board, camera controller, and the display output. So let's go ahead and have a sit while this is working itself out. It takes a hot second. This monitor will probably not turn itself on until this is officially warmed up. It does truly take a minute, so no rush there. Okay, so we have this small display, not great. So I'm gonna try this again. Oh, it already recognized it, so it should come up here in a second. There it is, good. All right, so this is our mixed video window. So this will show us we have potentially up to 8 inputs, but we're only using 3. Camera 1, camera 2, and Easy Worship all the way here on number 8. You'll notice 2 very important feeds. We have the preview view and the live view. So green is going to be our preview, so that's camera 1. As you can tell, that's our front of house camera. That's the one that's right below this. And then camera 2 is the one all the way in the back there by the choir. So if you ever want to switch between 2 of them, and you'll notice this, I'm going to bring both into view. If I move this dial up, green is on deck, red means recording. So as you can see, live is Easy Worship, and then the preview is camera 1. If I slide this up, that'll fade into the other one until you're all the way at the top. If you were halfway in between the 2, you'll notice that both of them are red, and you can kind of jiggle in between here and it fades until you are all the way up. Will one turn green or the other way? So say for example, we're on Easy Worship and we're switching cameras. I'm going ahead, I'm going to press 2, but I'm not going to press this 2 because that's in line with the red, and red means recording. So I'm going to go ahead and press the one adjacent to the green, which now means camera 2 is on deck, and then I can go in and fade between the 2. So let's go ahead now and talk about the camera controller. So you'll notice we've got 2 cameras, and let's go ahead and see if it'll bring it down. There we go. So right now we are addressing camera 1, which will be assigned by function 1. And if we press F2, that will connect us to camera 2. So I'm gonna go back and press F1 for camera 1. And let's take a look here at the preview, because that's camera 1 right now. And I'm going to be moving the stick. It's a little slow in response. That's because it's going through a connection chain. So that'll move it left, right, up, down. And if you twist the knob, that will zoom you in. It's a pretty good visual zoom, or optical zoom, I should say. And then twist left to zoom out. If you also want to as well, there are this little band right here for zoom in and zoom out. So push in to zoom in and push back to zoom out. That might be a little bit more convenient than trying to twist this and inadvertently toggling the joystick. So here we have a really helpful chart for both of the cameras. So we have presets which help us dial in the angle that we want to see on the live stream. So while we are addressing camera 1, I'm gonna go ahead and press a number. We're gonna do the close-up on Rick. So this is gonna be 1, and then there is a button here called call. I think you should be able to see that. Let me make sure. Bring down the brightness. Okay, I think that's the best we can do. I'm gonna press, so we've got 1 addressed, and I'm gonna press call. And that calls that position. I'll show you what that looks like again wide. So we've got 1, and then I'm gonna press call. And it does a quick right to it. So say we wanna do the piano, I'm gonna go 3, call. And that does you a call to the piano. So you can do that for all of these, 1 through 9. And then Rick's number 10, Rick's sermon. Okay, so we'll go then 10, call. So this one is a little, oh, I didn't enter a number, 10. Oh, I pressed the back arrow, 10, call. And that'll be just left of center. And then you'll notice, here's a little cool trick. We have some picture-in-picture options. So these refer to, you can see in the preview, that the first one is a redundant camera 1 that will show up here in this corner. So let me go and press on, and you'll notice that that picture is there. So I'm going to turn that off and it goes away. Same thing for picture-in-picture 2, which is a redundant Easy Worship, will show up there in the left. They are both on with green right now because they are showing up in the preview, but they will not show up there unless you press on, and you'll see the red button for both. So I'm going to go and fade into the camera. I'm going to turn off picture-in-picture 1 because that's camera 1, and this will be if Marcus is at the podium or the pulpit and singing, and then you can put the lyrics up there, and or Rick has his sermon as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. And what else do I want to do? Oh, assigning camera 2. I think we already talked about that, but yeah, if you want to go to camera 2, press F2 to connect to camera 2, and then the same thing apply with all those presets. So congregation wide, let's do a 2 call, and we'll see. So camera 2 moved, but we won't see camera 2 until we put it on deck. Now it's in the preview, and now we fade it back. Boom. And that should take care of everything. If you want to make a preset, you do the same thing. You just press numbers or press a certain number and then press preset. But that's only if you're making new ones. Otherwise, just press the number that you want and call corresponding to all of it. And all this will kind of remind you of those things. So, and that'll take care of it for the service.